Hi everyone, it's Noko O. Welcome back to my channel. The focus in this video is to tone the glutes, the thighs, and the low back. So grab your mat, a block, and maybe even a chair that you can place just at the small end of your mat. We're going to start in mountain pose. Sweeping the arms up and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. And again. Exhaling, chair. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling, chair, pressing the heels into the mat. Inhaling up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in to support the spine. And again, twist. This time that's an option. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhaling, twisting the other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling up. Stepping back with the left leg. Facing the long end of your mat, toes slightly facing out. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bending the knees. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, pressing the outside edge of the feet into your mat. Pulling your knees towards the back of your mat. Keeping the arms extended parallel with the floor. Reaching to the opposite sides of the mat. And pulse. 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 The lower you pulse, the more you work on your thighs, glutes, warming up the hips, the knees, the ankles. Facing the other mat, mountain, exhaling, chair. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist to the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling, twist. Inhaling up. Remember to press your heels down as you get into your chair. Inhaling up. Stepping the right leg back, facing the long end of your mat, toes slightly turned out. Pressing the outside edge of your feet into your mat and pulse. Keeping the belly tucked in. Elbows into the thighs. Use your forearms to open your knees. Extending the arms sideways. Try to keep your hips low. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Open your knees towards the back as you bend your knees. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Elbows. Open the knees a little bit more. Opening the arms without extending the knees. And pulse. Should feel your thighs warming up. Standing straddle, toes point front. You can use your block to place your hands, your elbows, your head. And avoid doing what I'm doing here with a towel because the feet are sliding. It's very uncomfortable. Inhaling, we open the heart, bending the knees. Exhaling, stretch. Inhaling, open the chest. Exhaling, stretch. As you open your spine, you tilt the tailbone up. Facing the right leg, runner's lunge. Into a plank. A modified plank, all the way down. Lift one leg at a time. Try to keep your knee extended. So the goal is not to lift as high as you can, try to keep the knees extended. One or both legs up. Exhaling on all fours. Cat stretch. Round your back. Tucking the chin under. Inhaling cat, we open tailbone, chest. Exhaling, chin, tailbone under. Inhaling, smiling with the spine. Back to center, tucking the toes under. We're going to keep the knees off the mat. It's hard to see here, but the knees remain off the mat. We want to keep lengthening the spine so your tailbone is pulling towards the back of the mat, top of the head to the opposite side. Shoulders are pressing down. Belly lifted. Still hold with the knees off the mat if possible. An option to tap the knees to the mat and off if needed. Inhaling plank, staff pose, pushing back up, down facing dog. Inhaling plank or modified plank, all the way down, again lifting one leg up, other leg up, or both legs up. Option to have the shoulders on the mat if you feel your low back working a bit too much, because we're strengthening the low back and glute. And again, exhaling in cat, inhaling in cow, following your own breath, working at your own pace. Really feeling the stretch in the spine each time. Trying to press those shoulders down. Tucking the toes under. Lifting the knees again. Hold and breathe. Belly lifted, shoulders pressing down. Long spine. Let's hold it a bit longer. Keep breathing deep and slow. Option to tap those knees up and down if needed. Exhaling, down facing dog. Inhaling plank or modified planks all the way down. And again, remember, the option is to cross your arms and place your forehead down on your mat. It's easier on the low back. The shoulders lifted, you're going to work a little bit more on those muscles. Exhaling, back on all fours and child pose. Inhaling up. Right foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Inhaling, high lunge, we keep the left heel lifted. Bending the front knee. Make sure you go straight down, means the shoulders remain straight up. You avoid bringing your shoulders forward. Try to have your front thigh parallel with the floor. Runner's lunge into a plank. Staff pose. Pushing back up, down facing dog. Inhaling plank. Staff pose all the way down. Keeping the shoulders off the floor or down. Alternating leg up. As you're doing this, try to keep your belly lifted to the spine. Exhaling back on all fours and child pose. Inhaling up. Left foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Bring the shoulders straight over the hips. We're going to keep the shoulders straight up. And bend the front knee. Your front knee remains over your heel. So if you notice your front knee is moving too far forward, it means you have to step back with your back foot. Try to hold it down with your right knee off the floor. And plank into down facing dog. Inhaling plank. Staff pose. All the way down. Shoulders lifted or on the floor. Option to keep lifting one leg at a time or both legs. Sometimes when we try lifting both legs, the knees bend. So if it happens, go back to lifting one leg at a time. Exhaling, stretch into child pose. Reconnecting with the breath. Relaxing the spine. Inhaling back up on all fours. Left foot between the hands, runner's lunge. Shoulders straight up over the hips. High lunge. We keep the right heel lifted. Shoulders remain stacked over the hips, down and up. Hold it low. And preparing for pyramid. Pyramid, we have both knees extended. Try to pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Lengthening the spine, keeping both knees extended. No need to go low. Want to make sure you keep your heels and knees facing front. Knees straight, heels into the floor. Try to relax your hamstring, your low back. and forward fold, grabbing the back of the thighs, pressing the chest into the thighs, inhaling up into a mountain pose. Exhaling chair, facing the long end of your mat. Exhaling, bending the knees into a standing straddle, grabbing the thighs or ankles, pulling the chest back, and walking the hands towards the left foot, runner's lunge, into a mountain pose. Exhaling chair, inhaling up, stepping the right leg back, standing straddle, bending the knees if needed. You can always bend your knees. Back in plank, staff pose. Inhaling, option to lift one or both legs. Option to keep the shoulders lifted or to cross the arms under the chin, relaxing the forehead into the mat. Whatever feels better on your back. Exhaling, cat and cow again on your pace. And your pace is basically how fast you breathe. Runner's lunge into a high lunge. Bending, extending the front knee. Preparing for a pyramid. Again, pulling the right hip back, pushing the left hip forward, keeping both knees extended, lengthening the spine. Belly is lifted to support the spine. Your back toes can point either straight front or slightly at the front angle or corner of your mat. So slightly turned out, that's an option. Relaxing into your pyramid, bending the front knee into a runner's lunge, plank, a modified plank, lifting one leg. Use any modification needed. This requires quite a lot of strength in the shoulders. Staff pose, we stay off the mat if possible. Back into down facing dog, stretching the spine, inhaling plank. Same thing on the other side. Keep your low back strong. Avoid arching the low back. Back into down facing dog. Left leg up, pulling the knee in, runner's lunge. Preparing up for a pyramid again. Keeping knees extended, right toes facing front or to the right corner of your mat. Option to keep your shoulders down or slowly twist. Take your time if you twist. Straight line from the top hand to the bottom hand if possible. Keeping knees extended. If you need to bend your knees, it means you don't want to twist. Single leg kick. Again, let's try to keep this left heel into the mat. Option to slightly bend your left knee. Belly is lifted to the spine to support your back. Support means you protect your back. 10 single leg squat. We start with both knees bent. Left heel into the mat again if you can. Extend, we stretch both knees. Inhale, we bend both knees. Exhale, we extend both knees. So you could have your hands on a chair, on a block, or even against the wall. Runner's lunge. Into a plank. Option to try a side plank here. You can hold in front plank. Back in front plank and down facing dog. Right leg out and through the hands, runner's lunge. Preparing for pyramid. Lengthening the spine, we push the tailbone back. Pushing the chest out. Either holding it here, if you need to bend your knees, make sure you hold this position, avoid twisting. If your knees are straight, heels on the floor, you can slowly try to twist. one straight line between the top hand and bottom hand if possible. Both hands down. 10 single leg kick. Slight bend into your right knee. Option to place your hands on a block or on a chair or even against the wall. Remember to lift your belly to your spine. 10 single leg squat. Again, trying to press your right heel into the mat. The deeper you bend your knees, the more you work on the thigh and glute muscles. You should feel your glute muscle working by now. Inhale down, exhale up. A few more times. And runner's lunge into a down facing dog. Sweeping the left leg out, pulling the left knee through the chest. High lunge. Back into your runner's lunge and down facing dog. Same thing on the other side. Runner's lunge into a high lunge. Keep your thigh parallel with the floor. Back in down facing dog. Inhaling plank. And lifting one leg up. That's one option. Or you can keep both feet on the floor. Staff pose, pushing back up, down facing dog. Bend the knees, keeping the knees off the mat. It's hard to see here, but knees remain off the mat. We press the chest back. I have a really hard time here because my hands are sliding on the mat, on the towel. That's why you don't want to use a towel for yoga. Use a sticky mat. So ideally the chest should be on the thigh, so as close as possible to the thigh. Knees down. Cat and cow at your own pace, following your own breath. Inhaling with smile with the spine, exhaling child pose. Inhaling up, exhaling down facing dog. Into a plank, exhale, staff pose. Hold all the way down. Option to swim with the legs and arms or only legs. Slow or fast, that's your option. Really working on the back and glute here. And exhaling into our last resting pose. Hold it right there. Just letting go of everything. You no longer control the breath. Let's come up, placing our hands to heart center. Thank you for being part of my journey today and for allowing me to be part of yours. Namaste. I try to upload a video once a week, usually on the weekend. Hopefully you join me again next weekend. In the meantime, leave me a comment below and subscribe.